Let's be real. Approaching women in today's modern society feels like walking a tightrope. A single misstep and you're falling to your death. I'm just kidding. You want to be confident, but you don't want to come across as creepy. You want to talk to her, but you don't want to make her uncomfortable. So you stay silent, stuck in your head, and you watch the moments slip by. But here's my hot take. Approaching women is not creepy. It's a potent act of courage, depending on how you do it. So stick around to find out why and how you can start building the courage to actually approach the women that you want. So you've got the ambition, the discipline, the drive, but when it comes to women, you feel like you're fumbling around in the dark. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a love and confidence coach, and I specialize in working with ambitious men to get out of their heads and start building real, meaningful confidence, communication skills, and connection with women and themselves. If that sounds like the path that you're on, hit the subscribe button and join this community. And don't forget to give this video a like to let the algorithm know that men like yourself are looking to learn in this area. And if you really want to take a deep dive into how you can evolve into the most high-value version of yourself and take the shortcut route to your goals, check out the link in the description and apply for a free, yes, I said free, roadmap session with me where we'll sit down one-on-one and dissect exactly what's blocking you right now, get really clear on your vision, and create a step-by-step process for you that will help you get there. And there's also the option that we might be able to work together if we feel like it's a good fit. So if you're feeling really ready to act and get that roadmap, then do be sure to click the link in the description below. So for those of you who are feeling ready, I will see you there. Okay, let's get back to the video. Let's clear this up. Talking to women is not creepy. Being genuine, interested, and respectful is not creepy. Showing interest in someone is not creepy. It's human. We are a social species. This is built into our DNA and our makeup as human beings. And there's nothing wrong with that. The feeling or perception of being creepy comes from something else. Neediness with no attunement. Creepy happens when you don't read the room, when you ignore body language, and you make it about validation and yourself rather than about actually creating a connection. And that's not genuine connection. That's not confidence, that's desperation. And anybody who's being present in that interaction is going to feel that from a mile off. But when you're grounded, honest, and intentional, approaching a woman becomes something entirely different. It becomes an act of self-leadership. Here's why this is a potent act of healthy masculine energy. Approaching builds something inside of you. It takes a lot of courage and strength to lean into the unknown. It forces you to face the possibility of rejection and still show up anyway. It's a moment where you prove something to yourself. Masculine energy thrives on direction, intention, initiation, and challenge. And when you approach a woman and it's done with maturity and presence, that is you stepping into your masculine edge. And there's nothing creepy about that. What it says is, I trust myself enough to take action. I trust myself enough to move towards what I want. And that is attractive to women. It is an attractive thing when a man can actually take leadership and be courageous and come and approach you and talk to you. But even more importantly than that is how it's going to impact the way that you think about and see yourself. You are showing yourself in that moment who you are, that you are a leader, that you are courageous, that you are the kind of man who goes out and creates the opportunities that he wants to create. So at this point, I'm sure some of you might be asking, why don't women just approach me first? And look, that's a fair question. Women can approach you. And I'm sure in this day and age, there's going to be many women who will. But women who are more predominantly leaning into their feminine when it comes to romance and dating, they're going to be more in their feminine energy, which means that they're going to be more of a receptive, responding energy rather than a leading energy. You need polarity of the masculine and feminine. It doesn't matter if that polarity is coming from the woman being more masculine or feminine, or if it's coming from the man. You need polarity where the opposites are attracting. It's just the way it works. And most women who lie predominantly in their feminine when it comes to the realm of dating, at least, are deeply attracted to a man who initiates. Not because she's passive or incapable, not because she's playing games, but because she wants to feel your clarity, your groundedness, your leadership, your ability to actually go and do the things that you want to do. That initial interaction often can lay very strong foundations. That first interaction is really framing the polarity dynamics between you. So it's important. And instinctively, a woman who's more in her feminine is going to receive a man coming to approach her with the right energy far better than if a guy is waiting for her to go talk to him. She may notice and she may just not do it because it just doesn't attract her. It doesn't make her feel a desire for him. But yes, you could wait to be approached. You're well in your rights to do that. If that's your style, Godspeed to you. But I would hazard a guess that you have been and probably will continue to wait for a long time for the kind of woman that you really want to approach you. Those who wait often end up getting nothing or the wrong thing. So my advice, if you're courageous enough, is don't wait. Create the opportunities. Create the life you want to have. Create the forward motion towards the things that you want in your life. Now that is self-leadership, my friend. What she's looking for is already in you. It just needs to be activated. You are completely capable of this. And you know, if she reacts badly, that's still a win. Sometimes women, in fact, all people, when being approached by another person, can react badly. A side note on this is that her reaction has a lot of other factors at play outside of just yourself. She could be having a bad day, she could have a boyfriend, she could be tired, she could be stressed out about something, she could be focusing on something, and then there's you and the way that you approach. So you are one factor. All you can worry about is the thing that you can control. And if she reacts badly, then what do? Take a deep breath, ground yourself, thank her for her time, thank yourself for having the courage to step out of your comfort zone and try to connect, and walk away. That is still a win. Because either she just saved you some time, because if she's rejecting you, she's probably not the right person for you anyway, or it's giving you valuable feedback. Was your approach too sudden? Did you come in high energy in a quiet space? Were you leading with leaky sexual energy and pressure and cheesy lines rather than being authentic and curious and present? It's all just data. Remember this mantra. There is no failure, there is only feedback. And emotionally grounded men don't crumble in the face of rejection. They use it to sharpen their awareness and deepen their confidence and their approach. Remember, a woman rejecting you when she doesn't know anything about you and how amazing of a guy you are and the qualities you bring to the table, or your sense of humor, your interests, or your thoughts on anything, is not a reflection of your intrinsic worth. She doesn't know anything about you. But if you're able to come at this with a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset, with a learner's mindset rather than a victim mindset, what you're going to gain every single time you approach a woman and step out of your comfort zone, no matter how it goes, is self-trust, emotional resilience, charisma through calibration, presence under pressure, and a relationship with fear that turns you into a leader. That's the work. That's how you grow. That's how you stop hiding behind fear and negative self-talk and false beliefs that are convincing you of a certain reality, and you start actually creating the kind of life and opportunities that you want. Okay, so what's your next step? If you want to learn how exactly you can approach a woman in any situation confidently and without being creepy, I'll show you the exact structure of a great approach, from eye contact to conversation to getting her number and asking her out on a date, so you can feel calm and in control no matter what the situation is. Check out the video that's on screen now. This is going to give you a step-by-step guide on how you can approach women confidently without being creepy. If this video spoke to you, then drop a comment below. Let me know how your process with this is going. Subscribe for more, and remember, courage is attractive. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.